Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited for you guys to be here, man. This has literally been a 3 year work in progress for me. These last couple of years, I've breathed, ate, and slept Facebook ads, landing pages, conversions. I literally go to sleep every night with one thought in my brain, and it's how can I help as many realtors get the ball into the end zone? How do I help them not only generate more leads, but actually close these leads, right? Get them real qualified home buyers and sellers so they can truly grow their businesses, but even more so they can, change their financial futures. One of my favorite quotes is by Zig Ziglar. He's a self-help, not self-help, but more motivated speaker, motivational speaker. He said it best. He said, "You can have anything in life if you truly want that you truly want if you help as many other people as possible get what they want." And that's why I'm here, man. It's really to truly help you guys take your business to the next level. So let's dive into this, right? I'm gonna lift up the hood on this shiny, pretty machine that I've built over the last couple of years, and I'm gonna literally give you my crazy simple Facebook ad campaign strategy that generates 1 to 3 buyer and seller leads a day for less than $10 a piece in ad spend, and how to do it in under 30 minutes. But here's the thing: when I teach you this, you're going to have some superpowers. Really, you're going to be a superhero in this space and in this industry because you're going to be equipped with ways to generate business that most other agents never take the time to understand or learn. So I applaud you for taking this action, but truly, we can't move forward until you tell me you're not going to use this power for evil. All jokes aside, though, who is this training for? Right? Who is this for? So this training is for the brand new agent who or newbie who's looking to find a reliable and quantifiable way to grow their business and take control of their marketing early on. This training is also for the seasoned agent or broker who's looking to grow and scale or automate their business in a way that allows them to spend more time working on their business instead of in their business. My goal is to convince you of these two things. The only way to truly and exponentially grow and scale your business, your real estate business, is through Facebook ads. And the only way to effectively do this and truly convert your Facebook leads into actual closings is through my Agent Accelerator program. Unless you want to spend an absorbent amount of time trying to learn this on your own and figuring out the pieces of the pie that I've already solved for you, or literally spend a shit ton of money learning and prospecting and trying all the wrong ways, or even worse, spending countless wasted hours of sleep and time trying to develop your own methods, right? Because we can always make more money, but the time we can't get back. There is literally not a single person listening to this webinar today that I cannot help explode their business overnight with this system. But really, who am I, and why should you even care what I had to say? So let me share real quick who I am and why you should pay attention here today. I'm John. This is my beautiful wife, Katya, who is now a real estate agent herself because of this process that we've built. But over the last 3 years, I've built 3 successful service-based businesses. First one was an electrical contracting company. I built to over 32 employees. I was a master licensed electrician for over 7 years in the Maryland, D.C., and Virginia area. We had 6 service trucks, 32 employees. We generated over $5.5 million in sales, and we're still ranked number 3 on Google Maps since 2011. I built Allied Property Inspection Services to over 16 inspectors in 5 states in less than 3 years, and we're still ranked number 1 on Google for home inspector. If you were to Google Baltimore electrician or Baltimore property inspector, you'd see these same results that you see right here next to my big shiny head there. Way back in 2011, I saw social media as the future for marketing, and I set out on a journey to kind of grow my contracting company via Facebook that way. I would spend money, learn, implement, fail, succeed, rinse, and repeat. This is the key. This was the key to our rapid growth at over $5.5 million in sales in 3 years as a contractor. In 2014, I started the home inspection company, and in an effort to grow that business, I realized early on that I needed a lot of referral real estate agent partners to grow that business. So I started to teach real estate agents and brokers at dozens of brokerages around DC, Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Delaware how to build their brand on social media. Because let's face it, talking to realtors about mold, radon, roofs, and foundations just wasn't going to cut it. It was snooze city. But if I could help them grow their business, they were all in. So we did several hundred of these lunch and learns, trainings, and seminars over 2.5 years, and that's what led to us growing the company to over 16 inspectors in those 5 states. There was one resounding question I was asked at each and every training, literally every time. I don't think there was less than 2 or 3 people would ask, "Can you generate us leads?" And about the 1,001st time of hearing that is when it hit me. There is an absolute need for agents to get more leads. Thus, Savvy Media was born. And since 2016, since we launched in 2016, we've generated more than 275,000 home buyer and seller leads. I've helped a very close-knit group of clients and our own team now close over $52 million in recorded home sales in the last 24 months or so. We also have, at the time of this recording, was 467 members, but we're actually at over 700 members now in our Done For You service group and our Lead Crushers group. So if you stay to the end, you're going to get a very special offer to join our exclusive Agent Accelerator program at our webinar only pricing. But we'll get to that here in just a few minutes. This is not really a sales pitch, but I am going to make this offer to you. So having the success we've had over the last few years has been amazing, but it wasn't easy, right? Let me share with you what it's taken to build out the system that has allowed us to generate those 13,000 plus leads a month and over $15 million in closings. So this was the hard way. This is everything that I did over the last, pretty much 3 years to generate business and learn how to market to real estate agents to get home buyer and seller leads. I've spent over $25,000 alone in Facebook ad courses, way more than $6,500 in ad copywriting courses, that landing pages and software and training over $10,000. We spend over $1,000 a month right now on the software that we use every single day to kind of market our business now, the ones you're watching this webinar on. Marketing masterminds and seminars, about $100,000. It's a little more than $100,000. I spend between $30,000 and $40,000 a year just on coaching and mentors and marketing training and things like that, so that I could stay innovative and ahead of the curve, so that I can bring it back to you guys. Facebook ad spend testing and trying. We've spent more than $250,000 in the last 3 years on the real estate side of things, and I've generated over 800,000 leads for different businesses over the last 10 years or so. The most expensive and unquantifiable is the sleepless nights and lost hair. I am literally bald at 37 years old, and you can't put a price tag on that, right? So this is what it's cost me, roughly close to $500,000 in 3 years of my life invested in how to build a business around generating home buyer and seller leads, and not just generating the leads, but helping them convert as well. It's getting harder and harder out there for the average agent. Let me show you why. Traditional ways of generating real estate leads are dying, right? Gone are the days of cold calling, circle prospecting, for sale by owners, expireds, dialing with any real success. Not enough leverage. It gets harder and harder year after year. You have to make thousands of calls and compete with hundreds or even thousands of real estate agents to become successful at this. Billboards are an average cost of about $10,000 a month, depending on the area that you're in. When's the last time you saw a billboard and ran to get whatever it was that you saw on that billboard? It just doesn't happen. Or direct mail. Direct mail still works if you have $1 billion to spend. That's why Target and Walmart and grocery stores all spend that kind of money, because it's something that they need to see. It's consumables. They have to come back every single day to get the products that they offer. Home buying and selling is a little different. It takes 7 to 9 attempts using direct mail to get a response, and it's very, very expensive to do so. It's thousands of dollars, and it's a very hard way to track an ROI. These mediums have become less and less effective, exponentially more expensive year after year after year. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you don't adapt and innovate, your business will truly die. So here's what you need to know. Not only are they always dying and becoming more expensive, they aren't even hitting your ideal customer. This is the NAR's trend report from 2018. It says millennials make up the largest group of first-time home buyers at 65%. Followed by Generation X right behind them at 24%. So that's 90% of home buyers are these two generations. 99% of millennials cited using the internet to find their leads. But here's the most impactful one, right? The highest quality lead, according to the NAR, is from social media. Guess what social media platform is the largest? Facebook. Why do you need to be using Facebook? Because there are 165 million daily Facebook users. The biggest user is the millennial, which is also the biggest home buying audience. The 25 to 34-year-old is almost 30% of the daily users of Facebook. That leads me to my 3 secrets on how to sell homes using Facebook. Secret number 1, how we build and target real estate Facebook ads that generate thousands of home buyer and sell leads every single month for less than $5 a piece. Lead follow-up and automation, how to distribute and automate every lead in real time so that you never ever miss a lead ever again. And number 3, conversion, because that's the most important piece. How are we able to get 51% of our leads to respond on autopilot and actually get 37% of them that are actually looking to start the home buying process now? So let's dive into secret number 1, how to build and target a real estate Facebook ad that will generate hundreds of home buyer and seller leads every month for less than $5 a piece. Before we do that, this quote makes perfect sense to me. I started thinking about my life and things that I've had success with. I mentioned earlier I had a contracting company, and when I started my contracting business, I had no real business experience or success to speak of. In fact, I only had a GED and a hope and a prayer. So I was getting calls to come bid on jobs from the advertising that I put in YP.com and Home Advisor and things like that. And I was asked, when I would show up on the projects or the jobs, can you do this project? And I would say a resounding yes. And then I would go home, even though I didn't know how to do it or I hadn't had the experience at it yet, I would go home, I would Google, I would YouTube, I would read my code book, I would find other friends or business owners in the industry that I knew had already had success at similar projects. And I would research them and I would ask, how did they do it? And then I'd come back and I'd do the job and it was successful. And we did amazing work. And this is how I was able to build my contracting company to over $5.5 million in sales in just 3 short years. Okay, it wasn't because I was super talented or had uber good looks. No, it's because I did this. I modeled what worked. I didn't try to figure it out on my own or get insight or advice from others who hadn't already had the success at the same thing I was trying to do already. The same thing is true for selling homes via Facebook ads. A lot of realtors think they have to learn and create all of this from scratch, or even worse, they buy the opinions of others without them ever having any results from Facebook ads, or them claiming that the ads suck or they don't convert, when the reality is they absolutely do not suck. Right? We've built an entire business around that here that I'm going to show you here in just a few minutes. There's people like me who've been doing this for 10 plus years who have figured out how it's worked. You just got to find those people and model what they've done to have success. So let's dive in. What I'm about to share with you will literally change the face of your business. So don't be this guy. Write it down, take notes, use your computer. You're going to want to write this down because this process is the exact process we use every single day. Nothing more, nothing less, no magic. It is verbatim what we do step by step. Every single day. Okay, how I build every ad that we build, that my team builds for my clients. Are you ready to dive in? You ready? You excited for secret number 1? How to build Facebook ads that convert. Step number 1, we're going to talk about the campaign and how to build the Facebook ad. Facebook has 13 different ad objectives you can choose from, but for this secret and the outcome that we're after, we're going to build a lead generation campaign, which allows us to use a lead form that Facebook provides to gather name, email, and phone number. So here you get to choose the objective. In the screen here, you would choose lead generation, and then you get to name the objective here at the bottom of the screen. 100% of the time, we promote listings to get leads because we found that after $250,000 worth of ads, that when you promote a listing, you get buyers that are furthest along the home buying path, closest to the end zone. Step number 2 is once you create the campaign, now you want to target the ad. We get to tell Facebook who we want to show the ad to specifically. Now this is probably the most impactful thing, the results of your ads. So pay close attention to not just the mechanics, but the psychology as well. We make sure to target within 10 to 12 mile radius of the address of the listing we are promoting and choose only people living in this area. We leave the age range open so that Facebook's algorithm AI has a chance to optimize the campaign for you. And now the interest. So we use Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, Homes.com, Redfin, and then we narrow that interest by mortgage leads. To some of you that run ads in the past, you may be thinking this is basic or a waste, or I get messages like this all the time, but the reality is when you target people that are both interested in looking at homes as well as that have an interest in a mortgage, the level of intent goes through the roof. So stick around to the end and you'll see what I mean. So next, you have to talk about ad placements. Facebook has a lot of options of where you can let your ad be seen. We're going to choose to edit the ad placements and only select Facebook and Instagram news feeds. The more locations you allow Facebook to show your ad, the thinner your dollars reach gets. Then you only want to show your ads to mobile devices and not desktop. And here's the reason. 89% of Facebook's ad traffic comes from mobile devices, i.e. cell phones and tablets. It only makes sense to focus your ads where the consumer spends most of their time, which is mobile devices. Now let's talk about budgeting. Budgeting is something that we've perfected, and if you build your ads as we've been showing you thus far, you'll have the same success with just $10 to $20 a day. You should be able to generate 2 to 3 leads every single day using a $10 to $20 a day budget, and we'll discuss how to optimize this if your results are less than good in the next couple slides. Now we can actually build the ad itself. Is this starting to make sense? Great, I hope the light bulbs are going off for you guys. Okay, so here's the creative part. The ad image is the most important part of the ad. It's what gets the Facebook user to stop scrolling and read the actual ad. And we use a very simple creative process. We take our property images over to canva.com, which is a free tool. We create a simple banner across the bottom of the image, highlighting that you are promoting a new listing and the number of bedrooms and bathrooms on the image. We've tried several variations of this over the last 3 years, all of which still work, but this image template seems to be the best. It's also part of the Agent Accelerator program. We actually give you the ad targeting, ad creative, ad copy templates, but we'll talk about that a little later. Right now is we need to get into what to say in the ad for people to opt in. Now that you've gotten their attention with the image, we need to give them just enough info or to salt their lips and to make them thirsty, right? I've seen thousands of ads where people dump the entire MLS description text into the body of the ad, and it's just an overwhelming mess. In advertising, write text and copy that gets people to keep reading. Posting a jumbled paragraph or short abbreviated words or a description is never going to cut it. A confused mind always says no, or in this case, just keeps moving past your ad. But if you follow this format, you'll have leads coming in every single day. The purpose of the ad copy is to get them interested and to give them a call of action. In other words, make them want to give us their name, email, and phone number. By telling them the square footage and the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, the cost of the property, you've given them enough info about that property that meets their baseline needs and wants. They will happily give you their contact info for the rest of the property details. Is this starting to make sense? It really is an art to generating leads. It's not just about putting an image and targeting people who have an interest in Zillow and vomiting property details in their lap. I hope some light bulbs are going off. I hope you're really getting some value out of this. Okay, now that we've made them thirsty, let's ask them for their contact info. Now we want to get their contact info so we can send them the property details. But first, we want this form to help us vet the lead a little further. Obviously, we want their name, email, and phone number, but we also want to know if they're currently, pre-qualified for a mortgage, yes or no, what their ideal time frame for purchasing a new home is. So we'll ask those questions. We'll create those questions just like you see here, and then we'll give them options ASAP, 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6+ months. And by asking these questions, you're able to find out more data than just their name, email, and phone, and how potentially serious the inquiry truly is. On the thank you screen, you'll simply enter the URL for the landing page of the listing, then save the form. This is the exact process that we use for generating leads. Don't run off though, because I'm a third of the way through this. But I promised you I would teach you how to build an ad in under 30 minutes, and we've only been here for 20 so far. So now you simply need to save the lead form and publish the ad. Once your ad is published, you are going to want to test the form so that I can show you how to automate and distribute the leads, which is secret number 2. So stay tuned for that. So to test your ad, you simply click the preview ad button that you see on the screen here. From the ad manager, you open up the Facebook post with the comment sections. You click on the learn more button that we established, which was a call to action. You're going to enter in some test contact data to the form. You're going to submit the data and test the URL that you used to save the landing page so that it actually visits the landing page that we're sending them to after they give us their contact info and answer the 2 questions. Boom! You now have an active published ad. So now we want to make sure that we never spend more than $5 a lead. So one of the amazing things about Facebook's ad platform is the rules. You can actually set to have things happen and change based on many different criteria. In our case, we want Facebook to turn off our ads if they ever start costing more than $5 a piece. It's our set it and forget it rule. So to set this up, after you build and launch the ad, you go back into the ad section of the ad manager for that single ad that we just built. Click on the rule tab, you create a new rule, and you enter $5 into the result. Name the rule $5 ad rule. Click save, and boom! You'll never spend more than $5 a lead ever again. I hope this is exciting to you. I hope that you're really getting some value out of this. This is the importance of what I was sharing with you about modeling what works. You no longer have to try and dabble. I'm giving you our exact formula that works. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, to yourself already. I hear it all the time. But John, my market is unique. I don't know if this will work for me. Or John, I've tried Facebook ads in the past and I didn't generate a single lead. Well, consider that myth completely debunked. Speaking of debunked, let me show you the results of this process. So this is our dashboard of 12,000 leads we generated as a result of what I just taught you here in the last 15 minutes or so. So that's secret number 1, how to build and target real estate Facebook ads that will generate hundreds of leads every single month for less than $5 a piece. So I'm just not a game changer for you. Don't run off just yet. There's more I need to show you. Getting leads is just the first part of the recipe. So let's dive into secret number 2. How to automate and distribute every lead in real time so that you never ever miss a lead again. Now up to this point, if you wanted to retrieve your leads, you would have to manually go into the ad manager and download them to a CSV file every single time a lead is generated. So this is a super time consuming process. And you'll be lucky to convert any of those leads because the number 1 way to convert an online lead is speed to response. So let me show you how to make sure every lead gets hit and seen instantly. Fortunately for you, there's a much better way and an easier way to get access to your leads and automate the entire process. This is through a tool called Zapier. Before we get into how to automate your leads, I just want to share with you a few success stories from our clients using our ad strategy and see how it's changing their business. So imagine this for yourself. Terry Hunter, he says that he finally has a functioning system that works, right? He's super excited. He's been in our group about a month or so now. Misty here says she's been struggling with generating her own leads for almost 6 months, guys, 6 months. And in less than 4 days, she's got her first 10 leads. This is a game changer, right? Amanda here says she's getting leads for $2.43 a piece. Amazing. I mean, imagine right now being able to have 1, 3, 5 new leads coming in every single day. What would this do for you? What would it do for your business? What would it do for your bank account if you had 1, 3, or even 5 more leads every single day of people looking to actually start the home buying process? Exactly. All right, so let's dive into step number 2. If you could maybe write this down too, that'd be great. But seriously, you're going to want to write this down as well, because it will change the face of your business in addition to just being able to generate the leads. All right, so let's dive in, right? How to build, automate, and distribute leads. Step number 1, Zapier is the tool, Zapier.com. It will allow you to pull data from one software to another online and send it to another in real time. It's $25 a month. I don't get any money for endorsing this. This is the tool that we have to use, and it's the same price to you guys. And now I'm going to lift up the hood and show you the exact step-by-step process to automate your lead flow so that you never, ever, ever miss another lead again. Let me ask you this, though. Have you ever gotten back to a lead, 1, 2, 3 days, or even a week later, only to have them say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I went with another realtor"? It's like getting punched right in the throat, right? When you hear this, it's got to be one of the most painful things to hear from a lead, especially when it could have been prevented if you had a few systems in place to make sure that the lead never got missed again, right? So let's make sure that you never ever, that this never happens to you ever again. Step number 2 after you create your account in Zapier is to make your first zap. The first step in that zap is to create what's called a trigger event. Anytime a new lead is created for you on Facebook, it will tell Zapier, "Knock, knock, I've got a new lead." So you choose Facebook. You connect your Facebook account. It'll ask you to, it'll prompt you right there in the box to pop in, and it'll connect your Facebook account right there while you're sitting there. Then it'll ask you to choose the business page that you're connected to, that you were just generating those leads from, that you want to use, and then what lead form that you want to use as well. That lead form would be the one that we just created for that address. Anytime a new lead is generated from that lead form I showed you, how to create, Zapier will capture that data, and in step 3 we're going to have Zapier send us an email with that contact info. So in step 2, after you've created the initial trigger, is now you want to create an action step. Now you'll choose your next step as email. Okay, so choose the email address to where you want to send the contact info, and you can choose up to 5 email addresses here. You just separate them by comma in that first row. In the body, choose the name, email, and phone number from that little plus button sign there. You'll click continue, and boom, you've just automated your Facebook leads. The lead will now come to your email address or whoever's email that you want in real time within seconds. So in step 4, we're going to automate the lead flow. The step in the process is to choose SMS from the next action step. You'll choose connect the account. You're going to send yourself a PIN code, type it in, and bam, now you've connected you've connected Zapier to your mobile phone. Now you can choose a number to receive the leads from so that you can save that number into your phone as Zapier leads. Then choose the name, email, phone number fields to be sent to you or your team in the body of the text message section. And just like that, now we have the leads automatically in real time hitting your email and being sent via text. Boom. Is this not a game changer? And there are so many more options. If you have a CRM or Google Sheets, you can automate the leads there as well. So check this out. I mean, every major CRM is available, and many more that I haven't even listed here, but Real Geeks, LionDesk, Brevity, KV Core, Conversion, Boomtown, Market Leader, RealVolve, Google Sheets, Follow Up Boss, literally thousands of software out there. You can have your leads sent to automatically, and many more. And even ours is not even listed here because this wasn't a sales presentation, but our CRM is in here as well, and we'll talk about that again at the end. So this software allows us to automate our 277 active clients' ad campaigns with over 1,500 ads running. Without this software, we wouldn't be able to be in business. So far, I've shown you how to generate and build an ad that'll generate leads for under $5 a piece. You've seen how to automate and distribute every single lead in real time so that no lead is ever missed again. Now, I know you're probably thinking, this is great, John, but I'm not techie at all, and you just made my head explode. Or, John, I get it, leads and automations, but how do I convert them? Both are valid questions. So let me show you in Secret 3 how to not only have the automations built for you, but we're able to get 51% of our leads to respond on autopilot, and over 37% of them are looking to buy a home now. And this is the resource that we use, our CRM called Anchor CRM, to show you exactly how we are able to get almost 4 out of every 10 leads we generate with these ads to convert into home buyers. But before we get into our conversion system, I need to share with you the old painful way of trying to convert online leads. So it takes an average 7 attempts to connect with a prospect online, just to determine if they're truly interested, 7 times. The sad reality is only 10% of you on this webinar, statistically speaking, will follow up with the lead more than 3 times. So let's just say you're in the top 10% and you absolutely crush it on the phone. You always get your man. And because of this training, you start getting 1 to 2 leads every single day. Well, guess what? That takes 210 calls, texts, and emails just to be able to see statistically if that person is interested in buying a home or not. Let's say you get 2 leads a day, right? That's 420 calls, text messages, and emails you have to send every month just to see if that person is a viable lead, if they're interested party or not. You can realistically expect 3 leads or more a day with this process. That's 630 calls, texts, and emails, right? Now I know you got it. I know you all got into this business to sell real estate and open doors and write offers, not make 630 calls, texts, and emails every single month. Am I right? Seriously, ain't nobody got time for that. You will never grow your business chasing down every single lead to conversion alone. You need a proven system for following up with and converting your leads. So here's our ultimate lead conversion secret weapon. Anchor CRM. It's a CRM that we've been developing now for the last almost 3 years. It acts as your ISA service that contacts each of your leads for you. While you sleep, eat, or work, every lead is being contacted within 2 minutes of being generated. Imagine the amount of success you'd have if every lead you generated was responded to in real time by your system within 2 minutes. Anchor reaches out as an extension of your team acting as your assistant, right? With the ultimate goal of setting up an appointment for the lead to come out and actually see the property. So we vet your leads in our CRM for 30 full days, asking qualifying questions. The most important is the first one. When's a good time for you to come out and actually see the property? So your leads will never, ever, ever be missed again. How much more time would you have in your business, or in your life, I should say, if you knew that all of your leads are being followed up with and converted for you every single day? And if all you had to do was spend time working on them with the leads that said, yes, they were interested. That is what Anchor CRM provides you. But don't take my word for it, right? Check out the stats this previous month alone. 7,331 leads were generated. 87% of those leads had accurate mobile phone numbers. This is huge, and it's due to the fact that the Facebook populates the contact form when the lead goes to opt in. It pre-populates real information that they use to create their Facebook account with. So 51% of our leads respond, but here's what's important. Almost 4 out of every 10 leads are qualified leads, meaning they have responded back with anything from yes, send me more information, all the way to I want to see the home at Tuesday at 7, right? So just check out these results. Send me more information. I want to see more information on the property. I'm moving within the next 3 months, right? Here's the next one. Send me more information. We're looking for under $300,000 in December, right? This one here. I want to see the home tomorrow at noon. How many of you would love to get a message response on automation saying, hey, I would love to see the property tomorrow at noon? Or look at this one. I want to see the property as soon as possible, right? I'm looking for around $260,000. And these are just a taste. We have over 1,800 of these from the last 45 days that are just as interested. Truly, what would this mean to you guys if you had this in your business today? With this system I've shared with you today, I have some clients that close 5 to 6 deals every single month. Our average client closes 2 to 3 deals a month consistently with our system after 90 days of pipeline building. But let's just say you're skeptical and you're like, John, that's great, but I've never closed a deal online from Facebook ads before. So what if you're only like a third as successful as our average client utilizing our system? And you only close 1 deal a month after 90 days, right? One closing a month here in Dallas with a median home price of $305,000 is $9,150 in commissions before the splits, right? I don't know about you, but additional $9,150 would change most people's lives, right? What would that do for you, for your family, for your business? Another $9,150 every single month. It's a big deal, right? That's what we can help you achieve if you model and utilize our system. So just to recap, did I deliver on my promise to show you how to build and target an ad and never pay more than $5 a lead? Was I successful in showing you how to distribute, and automate your leads so that they're never ever missed again? Right? Would you say that I've done that? Right? How about showing you how we are able to convert 4 out of every 10 leads into actual, potential deals? But let me break this down for you, right? I don't mean to make light of the situation or humorous, because it is overwhelming and stressful. But the old expensive way of doing things looks like this. To do what we just taught you to do, you were going to need a bunch of different resources that look just like this, right? You would have needed Facebook's ad manager account, and you would have had to spend $500+ a month on Facebook ads alone. You would have needed resources like Zapier, which is about $50 a month to do the automations that we're talking about doing here in this training. And not just the $50 aside, it's the amount of time, effort, and ability to learn this stuff to be able to utilize Zapier, because it's a robust tool, okay? Right? So in addition to Zapier, you would have needed a CRM kind of like an IDX system, which would have cost you around $1,500, like Boomtown ROI, which is one of the most robust resources out there. But that costs about $1,500 a month, and it also takes almost a degree to learn how to use systems like Boomtown. Or you can go with a little bit of a cheaper version like Real Geeks, which is about $200 a month. But again, this is another resource that it's huge, and you still have to provide your own leads, and you still have to get in there and learn how to use these systems. You would have needed to be able to call and automate your processes for outgoing calls and text messages and emails, or voicemail drops. You would have needed a dialer like Mojo. That cost you around $200 a month. You would have needed a lead source if you weren't using Facebook by yourself or learned how to use it, you would have been spending anywhere from $500 to $5,000 a month on Zillow or Realtor.com, and you would have been competing with 5, 10, 15 other real estate agents in your market. There's no quantifiable return on your investment there. You needed something that allowed you to create content for your social media page. SEMrush is one of those tools, and the average company that does social media postings charges around $200 a month. But in order to get engagement and to keep your page growing, content, that would have cost you around $200 a month to do just that, right? Let's take a look at the math and what these expenses and resources would have cost you. You'd have spent $500 to $5,000 a month on Zillow, Realtor.com. Around $500 a month on Facebook. $1,500 a month if you went with Boomtown, or a month with Mojo Dialer. Zapier's another $50 a month. SEMrush for the content, $199. Real Geeks, if you want that route, it would have cost you $199 a month as well. I mean, and look at this. It would have cost you anywhere from $3,200 to $7,600 a month. Now, I don't know about you, but stroking a check for, let's just say, $5,000 a month for this stuff, it would be tough for most real estate agents, especially when they're starting out. Even for the seasoned agents, it could be tough. And put the money aside. Let's just say you could stroke the check for the $7,500 a month that we're talking about right here. The amount of time and effort and management and skills that it takes to learn all of the resources that we just talked about is astronomical. There's no way that you could be a real estate agent and become proficient at all of those tools and resources we're just talking about. Well, let me ask you a question. How many of you, after seeing all this, are completely overwhelmed and kind of feel like this girl? It's kind of like drinking from a fire hose. And I get it, man. There's so much out there, and there's so much stress, and there's so much anxiety, and who do you trust, and who do you believe? And some of you guys have been burned in the past or buying leads from other sources and things like that. But if you're feeling this way, it's okay, right? And I really want to open your eyes to what's possible. The process that I've shared with you here in how to do what we're doing will literally change the face of your business if you take action on it. Some of you guys are like, yeah, this is great. It's going to completely change the game for me. But most of you are probably feeling overwhelmed. I want to ensure, everybody here has success. So I put together a pretty amazing offer that I think you're going to absolutely love. Easier, more affordable way, right? That's our exclusive Agent Accelerator lead program. That comes with our CRM and our Lead Crushers coaching and mentoring training. Here's what you're going to get if you invest in that offer today. So you get our Anchor CRM that replaces all of those resources we just talked about. You're going to be able to have proven, done-for-you Facebook ad campaigns built for you that produce results I just showed you earlier, and we guarantee them 1 to 3 leads a day every single day. You're going to, like I just said, you're going to receive 1 to 3 leads every single day with a minimum $10 of ad spend. Never ever going to compete with another agent again over a lead. These leads are 100% exclusive. They're yours forever. You get to track every conversation we have with every single lead in real time. You get to have all of your leads nurtured and vetted for a full 30 days so that you never, ever miss a lead again, right? And there's so much more value in what you're going to get here. So everything that I was just talking about, like normally if you went out and priced this and you went out and got a lead generation source and had them build your ads and things like that, it's almost $10,000. The ISA service, if you go pay for an ISA nurture program, it's going to cost you about $3,500. We're going to spend 60 minutes on the phone together doing a deep dive analysis. We normally charge $2,000 for that. For our Lead Crushers Facebook coaching group, which we do live videos every single day, we go once a week with some big industry leaders. We do daily updates, and then I give you constantly coaching and mentoring on how to convert leads once they come in. I charge $5,000 a year for that stuff. So we're talking about a value of over almost $21,000. That's a $20,000 value. Normally, I charge about $10,000 a year for this stuff, okay, all up front. But because I want you to see immediate results and I want you to stay with us forever, and I told you I was going to make you an amazing offer, you're going to get all of that I just showed you for $297 a month, right? And all you have to do is pay $10 a day to Facebook for the ad spend. So our fee is only $297. We guarantee you the 1 to 3 leads every single day. We're only a 90-day commitment because it does take 90 days to see a consistent pipeline built, okay? But we're month to month after that. We never want to lock anybody into a contract. All you got to do to get started is go to releadcrushers.com/accelerator. Number one reason people don't get started, okay? They've been burned in the past and they don't think or believe they don't think they can have the success or believe they can have it for themselves, or they don't know who to trust and they're tired of spending money, and there's so many options out there, okay? But it is literally impossible to fail with our system because we guarantee those results, okay? And we're here to help you along the way every single step. But you don't have to take my word for it. Here's a couple of case studies from our clients, right? August Gordon has been with us almost 2 years now, and we generate over 300 leads a month for them, and they close 4 to 5 deals every single month in Boca Raton. It's amazing. This has changed the face of their business 100%. Everett, a good buddy of mine, he's a lender in Chicago, been able to write over 10 mortgage applications a month since they started with us. And then we have Tracy. This is one. This story touches my heart, man. She came to us with a listing that she had on the market for over 15 months. Didn't have anybody who walked through the door. Had zero traffic. And within 22 days of us running a Facebook ad for her listing, she had the house under contract. It was amazing. Like, she closed 3 days before Christmas last year, and she was able to basically be able to provide a Christmas for her 3 kids because of the listing, because of the ad we ran for her. Now you have two choices, right? You can simply do nothing and don't take a leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Your second option is to pony up the small $297 investment today. Compared to all the value you're going to get, you don't have to go out and get somebody to build your ad. You don't have to go out and get another CRM. You don't have to go out and get an agent legend to nurture and vet your lead. You don't have to get an ISA. All of that is done for you inside of our Agent Accelerator program and our CRM. You know, if not now, then when? Like, if you're not ready to do this now, when will you be serious enough in your business to take some type of action? And I don't say this to be candid. This is not a strong sales pitch to go and, buy my stuff today. But the reality is, I don't think there's enough action takers in this industry. If you don't do something and do it consistently for a long period of time, you're never going to have success. So if not today, if not right now, when? Like, when are you going to take the action? And if not this, then what? Like, there's nothing out there, and I can say that pretty strongly because I look every single day. There's nothing out there that compares to what we're able to do. You would have to go get somebody to build your ads. You'd have to go get a CRM. You'd have to go get another tool or service to ISA and vet the lead for you. We do all of that internally for you, all done for you, like in one-stop shop, all for $297 a month and $10 a day in ad spend. Get started today. Click the button below, releadcrushers.com/accelerator. I look forward to working with you guys, and I cannot stress to you enough the amount of success you will have if you just take the leap of faith and start working with us. The key to my success in life and in business has come from one thing and one thing only, and that's taking action, right? But taking action until I get results. And a lot of you right now are struggling to see success, and it's not because you don't work hard or aren't trying, right? It's that you may be trying too many things too often and not getting any traction, or simply afraid to risk anything at all. And I'm here to tell you, to reassure you guys that I breathe, eat, sleep, and dream about your success. How do I help you guys get the football into the end zone? There's no greater feeling to me than getting the text, phone calls, emails, saying how this has changed my clients' lives or my businesses. There's no dollar amount you could ever pay me that would surpass the level of fulfillment I have, knowing I get to help people grow their businesses and change their lives. So I want the same thing for you. So click the button. Let's get started. I'll see you on the inside.